besties. Okay, so I am like probably like a week late, but basically for my birthday, which was the 22nd, I went on the 23rd to see Wicked, and I was like super excited about it because I really like musicals, even though like growing up I was not a theater kid, like at all. I just always liked musicals. And so like I was gonna see it anyway, even if Ariana Grande wasn't in it. But like Ariana Grande being in it, definitely a plus. So I was like super excited to see it. And I'm only disappointed that like they didn't do like the full musical all in one movie, and like they had to like split it up basically, and then the next part, I'm assuming like the last part, will be next year, probably around like the same time. But like it really inspired me to want to try to recreate them, not like facially because I have a like terrible time when it comes to like recreating like one-to-one exact copies of like real people's faces. So it's like vaguely inspired by people that play them in the movie, but I just wanted to play around in cast, honestly. And I wanted to do something Wicked themed to like celebrate after the movie. And so yeah, no, I had fun. I think I had more fun with Glinda than I had with Elphaba, but that's just because like the green skin, like I didn't have like the right shade of green necessarily. So it's either like a more earthy green color that was like too light, or like ones that are like vibrantly bright, like neon green almost. And then the one that I use is just more like, I don't know, it feels more like Wizard of Oz, Wicked Witch green than like Wicked Witch green. If that makes sense. And yeah, no, I had like a really good time with that movie. I think it was like really pretty, and I was kind of worried about it because there was a lot of like discourse going on like pre-release when they were releasing like little like snippets, you know, to like tease the movie, to like drum up conversation so people would like go see it. And they released some of like the song snippets and stuff. People were worried that like it wouldn't look like The Wizard of Oz, because you know like The Wizard of Oz was very famously filmed in Technicolor. And Technicolor is like bright and happy and vibrant, like the colors are so like rich and like alive and like fantastical, that like people were worried that, you know, like in this era of movie making, like people don't really like light or color or like vibrancy. And so people were really like scared about it not looking good. But honestly, like watching it, like could it have been like slightly more vibrant? Sure, but I don't think that it was bad. Like I don't think it was like washed out or anything. Like I think the colors were there, and I think the singing was really, really good. And I heard that it was like all sung live, so that was nice. It was really, really good. I think obviously like the two main people were like fantastic in terms of like singing, but like they're singers, so it kind of makes sense, you know. And I feel like they kept everyone that like wasn't like the strongest singer to like either not sing or have like a very, very small song that they sang, as to not like take away from like the singing abilities of like the cast that could sing. But I had a lot of fun just experimenting with like colors. And I know that we have like a lot of like cast color challenges in the Sims community, so it was kind of like that, honestly. Like low-key was a little bit like that, but I did want to sort of take into consideration like what the characters liked to wear as far as the movie goes, because I've actually never seen the musical, and I think that's probably why I enjoyed the movie so much, because I had like nothing to compare it to, and also I don't know what happens next, so I'm like actually excited about it. And like I could just look up what happens, but I'd rather just like go on this journey with the movie and let it take me somewhere. So like for Glinda, I kept it very pink, lots of bows, lots of like accessories, because I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be like rich and very like privileged in the musical and like the movie, and it obviously is like reflected in like what she wears and stuff. And I think like her color palette just like suits me more, even though like I mainly wear like black or gray or blue in real life. I like, my favorite color is red and my second favorite color is pink, so I definitely really liked Glinda's outfits, like both in the movie and the ones that I made for this in, because I think they're very cutesy, and I've really been enjoying that style lately. I don't know if it's been like coming off in my videos a lot. But I was like really struggling with Elphaba because of the green color. Like I wanted the like particular green color that like she had in the movies, but like I don't typically make like unnatural skin colored Sims unless they're like vampires, and in that case they're more like just like gray versions of their like alive skin tone. So I never really have a reason to have like colorful skins, so I don't have a lot of like greens at the very least. I only had like 3 options, maybe 4, and like none of them quite were right. This was like the most correct green, and I don't know, I just wasn't happy with it. I think it could have been a little bit better, but I will say, as far as the like styling of Elphaba in like the movie, I thought that was really well done, and I really appreciate that they gave her like micro braids, because that was so cool. And like watching the movie, because it's like my first experience with the play, I think it kind of only really makes sense to have Elphaba be like non-white or like black in every iteration of it, because like the story has like so much similarities to just like racism in general. Like it kind of really makes sense for her to be portrayed by someone that is very much not white, because I think it really adds like the depth and the understanding. And I think especially, not that it's necessarily geared towards kids, but like kids, like it's not a rated R movie, so like kids are going to watch this movie, so like I think it also helps a little bit for like, I don't know, bringing attention and like bringing to light like the terribleness of racism and like the aspect of like othering somebody, or even like bullying too, because I think that's like definitely part of it, at least at like the first half. I think it's a really good example of like the effects of those things, and like why doing those things are like so bad. But her outfits were great. Like I loved the braids. I know I said that earlier, but like I really loved them. I think they were so cool, and like you don't typically see like braids or even like dreads done well in terms of like wigs. They're usually really bad. So I was pleasantly surprised that it was actually a really good wig. Like, was it obvious that it was a wig? Of course, but like, was it terrible? Not at all. And I really appreciated that. Like, they even made her scalp green. Like, that's just so cool. And I did a little research, and I found out that like the hair stylist, I guess, for that wig is actually like a black wig maker, and she did a phenomenal job. Like a phenomenal job. I think it's really hard to pull off braided wigs, and she did like a really good job of like trying to make it as like natural looking as possible, while also having like versatility and styling. I think the representation was really very nice to see, because that kind of like never happens. And like for her sim, I tried to make the outfits sort of feel like kind of what she would wear in the movie. That's why I gave her like glasses and stuff, because she wears like glasses in the movie, but also kind of like the general vibe that she has, but like also her vibe kind of shifts throughout the movie. So like, I don't know, I feel like hers was a bit more difficult to sort of pin down. I think Glinda sort of just stays the same throughout the entire movie, but like Elphaba does sort of grow and change a lot. So yeah, it was kind of difficult to figure out where I wanted to place like certain outfits, and then some of them I just sort of wanted because they looked cool, like that like bright green dress. I think that just looked really dope and it felt very like Emerald City, so I went with that one. But I generally tried to keep her color palette very dark blacks as often as I could, like long things, like long sleeves, long dresses, fun accessories, and like I tried to keep like the witch hat, because that's like part of the movie. Like Glinda sort of gives her like great grandmother's a witch hat or something that's like terribly outdated and awful, apparently, according to like their society, in a way to like make her feel bad, but like not directly. It was very like bully but like she ends up like really liking it. And so yeah, I wanted to sort of bring in the witch hats when possible, because that's also like her most iconic thing. If we're like considering the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz like the same person, because like it is the same person, but like, you know what I mean. If we're in that like Wizard of Oz cinematic universe right now, like that's very iconic. Like the witch hat is really iconic, so I wanted to keep that in some places. And I wanted to take their pics in Brichester, because like the movie is like pretty much set in like their college, I guess. Yeah, I think it's a college. And so I really wanted to have that reflect in the background. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys saw the movie, if you've seen the plays, what you guys think of that. And I will definitely put these sims up on Patreon if you really want it, you know, like if you really want a green witch in your game, definitely download it.